Hi, I'm Weird Heather, and I'm here to tell you about 5 ways that meditation can help you in your next race. So everybody knows that meditation is great for relaxation, and that's great and all, but how is that going to help me in my next race? Well, I'm here to tell you that, so stay tuned. Reason number 1, better sleep. Okay, so as we've mentioned, it's great for relaxation, and it's so important to get a good night's rest the night before you run, because nobody wants to turn up at the start line of a race feeling exhausted before you've even begun. I found after just a few weeks meditating, I was falling asleep a lot easier. It was a lot easier for me to relax, and it really helps to quiet the thoughts running through my brain, keeping me awake the night before a race. Number 2, race day nerves. Now, when we get nervous before races, we get tense. It can cause us to need to go to the bathroom about 1,000,000 times before we go for the run. It disrupts your sleep. It's not great, and it's not helpful if we want to perform our best on race day. And when you're tense and you're tired, it takes a while before you can get into your stride, even once you do get running. So that's a long way to go when you're not running at your most efficient, and you're using more energy than you have to be, which is not good if you want to get a PB. Now, I always used to suffer really badly with race day nerves. If you want an idea of just how badly, I'll post a link to a video just up here. It was pretty bad. But because meditation, it teaches to focus on the now, chances are the now is pretty good for you, because all the worries you're likely to have surrounding race day are going to be what's going to happen in the actual race itself, and that hasn't happened yet. So if you're focusing on the now, well, everything looks peachy. Okay, number 3, you notice more. Now, in mindfulness meditation, they usually ask you to focus on something like your breathing, on how it feels in your body when you're sitting on the chair, that sensation of heaviness, to feel where the parts of your body are that are in contact with the chair or the ground. It's all the little things that you don't usually notice. And that helps you during a race, because you become more used to just noticing things that you wouldn't usually, which means that you notice the good stuff. For example, the man in front of you, where you can actually see his butt cheeks through his leggings. I wouldn't necessarily have noticed that otherwise. So it's useful. And more importantly, it helps boost your morale, because you notice all these really cool things. And boosting morale is important because you tend to perform better when you are happier. Because when you become miserable, you're telling yourself things like, oh, I don't like this anymore, I want to stop, I want to slow down. And that is not productive during a race. Number 4, you are more in tune with your body. Now, as I mentioned, you tend to focus on how your body feels a lot during mindfulness meditation. There's a method they use which is known as a body scan, which is where mentally you go over each part of your body and notice areas of tension, areas where it feels more relaxed, areas that may feel sore, that feel good, anything like that. And that is useful during a race, because you can check in on your body more frequently, and you've had all that practice at noticing how your body feels in each different area. So you notice when your form starts to deteriorate, and because you tend to notice that earlier, you can correct it. A real life example of this was in my latest race. I noticed that because I was starting to get tired, my shoulders were creeping up, so I noticed in time to drop them. You use less energy when your shoulders are relaxed than you do when you're getting tired and they're all tense up here. Because to keep your shoulders tense and up here, It requires energy, and you need that energy for the race. Now, that's not something I usually pick up on, but because I'd had so much practice with the meditation on noticing what I was feeling in various parts of my body, I was able to pick up on that and be like, oh, okay. And I worked out what was making it easier, what made it feel easier to run. That is important feedback to have. I mean, do you want to be sabotaging yourself by actually making your race feel harder? Of course you don't. So meditation is very useful for runners just for that. And number 5, and this is possibly the most important point, it can help with pain. Now, if you are trying to get a PB, there is going to come a point in the race where it starts to hurt. There is no getting away from that. You're tired, you're running out of energy, you've been pushing so hard for so long, and it's a difficult thing to do, to be going all out for a long time and to try and maintain that. It's hard, and it's going to hurt at some point. Now, because meditation teaches to take a mental step back and to observe thoughts without getting caught up in judging them, in saying, oh, this is good, this is bad, without going into a whole train of mental conversation, you just observe thoughts and let them go. This is so useful because you can observe that you are in pain and that it hurts, but because you can mentally distance yourself from that, it doesn't feel as bad. You still feel that you are in pain physically, you still feel that you're tired and that it hurts, but because you can mentally get that distance, then you can look at it from a logical perspective and in terms of what you can actually do about that, such as, okay, hydrate, you've not drank in a while, check your form, do you need to relax those shoulders again, things like that. You can actually do something useful and you respond to it in a logical way rather than an emotional response, which is what I would typically do, and involves unhelpful thoughts like, oh God, this is so hard, I want to stop, this is stupid, I'm not going to get a PB anyway. And that sort of negativity in a race is never helpful, it's not productive, and it just makes you want to cry. There you go, 5 ways that meditation can help you in your next race. If you found this video useful, please give me a big thumbs up. Perhaps there's some points that I've missed, or maybe you have some questions about meditation. Let me know in the comments below. I will do my best to answer any questions. Please bear in mind that I am still really new to meditation, so I can only really talk from my own viewpoints, but if I can answer your question, I will certainly give it a go. If you would like to see more like this, please consider subscribing, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.